It's the old Graham Parsons, Roger McGuinn song. We always had sort of a connection with those people, you know, with McGuinn and Parsons and all those folks that were part of that group of people. And the story goes that when Ralph Emery, of course, was a very famous DJ in Nashville in the 60s and 70s. And when he played at the Grand Ole Opry, Ralph Emery was hosting the show, and the Byrds played on the Grand Ole Opry, and they went over really poorly. And Ralph Emery basically, you know, said some uncomplimentary things about the Byrds after that show. Roger McGuinn and Graham Parsons then wrote the song Drugstore Truck Driving Man sort of in his honor. Fast forward 20 more years, and Jason the Scorchers had came out of Nashville. We came out of Nashville in 1981 and 1982, and we were doing our very first sort of TV appearance in Nashville. And a young producer sort of set this whole thing up, right? Set up this whole little show, this little segment, and they were going to air it on Ralph Emery's show, right? He had a TV show by this time. He had his own TV show, and this producer was going to air it on Ralph Emery's show. Ralph didn't have anything to do with the production of the little segment, the Scorchers, the Jason and the Scorchers segment. So anyway, this was a pretty raw time for the band. I mean, we were in those days. We really were a punk rock, hillbilly from hell kind of band, and there wasn't anybody else like us really anywhere doing what we were doing, and it was a really raw piece of footage, and it showed it for what it was. And anyway, as the segment was playing on Ralph's show, they sort of had a sidebar with Ralph, showing Ralph's reaction to it. And as the piece went on, you could see Ralph Emery got more and more angry about this piece on his show, and more unhappy about it. And at the very end of it, he told the producer, "Don't you ever bring anything like that on our show again." And of course, we were all 21-year-old punk rockers, these southern punk rockers, and we were all in my little shack on Neighborly Drive watching the TV show on our old console TV. We were all sitting around, and as Ralph Emery said that, we all started cheering, because we knew that if Ralph Emery hated us, we were doing something right, by God. This is called Drugstore Truck Driving Man.